Welcome into the Chiefs Report. I am your host, Harrison Graham. It is mailbag time. Got a lot of great questions to jump into. If you didn't get on this show, use hashtag Chiefs in the comments section. That way you can be on our next mailbag, which we'll film very, very soon. Let's go to Aiden Whiting starting things off here on today's mailbag video. Could the Chiefs get away with paying Chris Jones $18 to $19 million per year? That's a good question because, you know, as we film this, the latest we know is that Chris Jones wants $20 million per year. Chiefs have not offered that much money. Obviously, they were dealing with the Patrick Mahomes contract extension, which was obviously the priority. And Chris Jones has claimed that he's willing to skip 2020. I'm not convinced he is. That doesn't mean he won't hold out. That doesn't mean he won't report to training camp, maybe even sit out some games. But is he really going to shut down $16.1 million on the franchise tag if the Chiefs don't get this deal done before then? He's only made like $6 million in his career. I don't really see him doing that. But look, could you get him at 18 to 19? Maybe. We'll just have to wait and see how it plays out between now and the deadline. And, you look at the career stats. You obviously don't want to let this guy go. Like no one wants that for Chris Jones and the Kansas City Chiefs. Look, I think 5 years and $95 million, $19 million per year makes a whole lot of sense to me. Make no mistake, this would be a major loss if he's not here. You got to have him at least for 2020, go all in on this year and then, see what happens next offseason. You can tag and trade him, do whatever you want, but you got to convince him to at least report this year, even if you don't get a deal done. 18 to 19 million, probably a little less than what he's completely worth because he's better than Frank Clark, who gets over 20 million per year, but it could be a possibility considering the coronavirus and everything going on with the uncertainty about the cap moving forward. All right, guys, please help me out and share this video on social media. That way, it gets around. More Chiefs fans can find our channel, and we can do more videos because hopefully they will subscribe as well. This is how you share it on Twitter for you Twitter nerds. Click share under the video. It's right there, easy icon. Click the Twitter icon, then click tweet. Boom, it's out. Very, very simple. It takes about 10 seconds. If you want to do it on Facebook, I encourage you to do it on both, but maybe you only have Twitter or you only have Facebook. This is the Facebook way. Click share again. Facebook icon. Click post to Facebook. It's very, very simple. You can screenshot these notes if you're watching on your phone or even on your computer if you know how to screenshot on your laptop. Very, very easy. Share the video for us. It spreads the word of the Chiefs Report and for this video very, very specifically. Next up is why not using hashtag Chiefs. If we trade Chris Jones for a player, who would it be? I thought about Trey White, but I don't really see the Bills doing it. Tre'Davious White is a fantastic football player. He's really, really good. And look, if you got a player like him in return for Jones, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world because he's a top 3, top 5 corner in the NFL. Look at what he did last year. 17 pass breakups and 6 picks. Like, he's young. He's really good. Now, he's going to cost a lot of money, but you might be able to get him a little bit cheaper than what Chris Jones would on a long-term contract extension. So I do think it's possible that would be okay. I'm with you, though. I don't think the Bills are going to trade Trey White for Chris Jones, so it's somewhat of a moot point. But look, the cornerback position's uneasy. Bashad Breeland, probably going to miss some games with the suspension there. Tre'Davious Ward, he's okay. He's not awesome, though. The nickel position, I think, will be fine. But you brought in Tre'Davious White. He's easily your number 1 corner for the 2020 season. Now, pick a player. Who would you rather have in Kansas City? Let's just assume money is similar. Type CJ for Chris Jones, type T-Dub for Tre'Davious White. I would go with Chris Jones because we saw last year that the Chiefs got by with average cornerback play, and Chris Jones is a beast. So I would rather have the guy who can get after the quarterback. But let me know. If you think it's TW, type TW, CJ for Chris Jones. I'll make this the pinned comment so you can answer right there. Colin's up next. Hey, Harrison. Hey, Colin. Which of the Alabama receivers, Waddle or Smith, would be better for the Chiefs to take next year? I think Waddle. Well, let's just look at all the Bama receivers from last year, right? Because they had 4 NFL players, 2 of which got drafted this year, in Jerry Jeudy and Henry Ruggs. Devonta Smith quietly led the Crimson Tide in receiving across the board, except for in receptions, which he was just a few behind Jeudy there. 1250, 14 touchdowns. Jaylen Waddle, his numbers will go up this year, certainly, with Jeudy and Ruggs gone. He's also a special teams assassin. He's really good in the return game. Big play player. I think I would actually lean Devonta Smith there, Colin, because Jaylen Waddle's kind of like the receivers the Chiefs already have. Smaller, fast guys like Tyreek Hill, Sammy Watkins, McCole Hardman, especially Hill and Hardman, a little undersized, but they're burners. Now, Smith is a vertical threat, but he's a bigger body. He's a true outside receiver. I think it would give the Chiefs offense a different look and be more of a natural replacement for a guy like Sammy Watkins, who's probably not going to be back after this upcoming season, let's be honest. So let me know. Pick a Bama receiver. Who would you rather have? Type DS for Devonta Smith. Type JW for Jaylen Waddle. Again, if you're not super familiar with these guys, Smith, outside, more of a deep threat. Waddle, a deep threat as well, but more of a gadget type of player. A Hardman, a speedster who can do some different things and has special teams value as well. So DS for Smith, JW for Jaylen Waddle. All right, Chiefs fans, I hope you're staying safe, and if you want to upgrade your face mask, or if somehow you don't have one at this point, we got you covered. Chatsports.com/ChiefsMasks. Chatsports.com/ChiefsMasks. The single ones will mail within a couple of business days, but if you want to get more bang for your buck, you get these 2 packs for $20, 3 packs for $25, and then the 4 packs for just $29.99. Lots of new styles out as well. I really like the looks of these 4-pack combos. Chatsports.com/ChiefsMasks. Again, that link will be in the comments, will be in the description. We all want football. We want to watch the Chiefs go to the Super Bowl again, so just wear a mask and get one today. Lenny the Cool next up here. Harrison, what's up? With the Chiefs picking up Cam Newton, the Patriots picking up Cam Newton. Wow, I don't know how I did that. Do you think this changes the dynamics and power structure in the AFC? I still have the Chiefs and Ravens as the class of the AFC, with the Bills, Texans, Steelers rounding up the second tier. Your thoughts? We've talked about Cam a little bit. Look, it makes the Patriots interesting. Does it keep them as a contender? We'll see. I got to see what happens. It's not like they're handing him the job. They really do like Jarrett Stidham. I do think Cam will win the starting job, but let's just wait and see what happens there. It at least keeps them in the mix, though, right? Like, I think it does show me that they're not completely punting on this season. That was a theory out there. Oh, the Patriots are tanking. They're not going to tank with Bill Belichick. They're not doing that. So, you bring in Cam Newton, I think that's proof of that. These are my tiers based on what I know across the AFC on paper. Tier 1, I'm with you. Really 1A, 1B. I do think the Chiefs are by themselves with the Ravens just behind them, but I'll put them in Tier 1. Tier 2, Bills, Titans, Texans. I still think the Texans are going to be pretty good despite trading DeAndre Hopkins. I love the Bills and what they did this offseason. Josh Allen will be the key there. And then Tennessee should be pretty good as well. Tier 3, Browns, Colts, Chargers, Broncos. Chargers and Broncos, I like their rosters. Got to see what they're going to do at quarterback. Drew Lock, does he take a step forward? Chargers, love their defense if they can stay healthy. Browns and Colts, talent's there, but will Baker Mayfield and Phillip Rivers play good enough? We'll have to see. And then wild cards, and what I mean by the Patriots and Steelers is they could be anywhere from all the way to Tier 1 to not a factor at all. Is Big Ben healthy for the Steelers? Is Cam Newton going to be good for the Patriots? Got to wait and see. That's why I have them in their own category of wild cards. All right, Chiefs fans, go ahead and get subscribed to the channel. Hit that sub button. Simple math, more subs equals more videos on the channel. I want to do a video every day. Can't quite do it yet, though, because we don't have enough subs. We got other channels at Chat Sports that have more subscribers than we do. So go ahead, hit that sub button, share that link. Tell them, hey, go subscribe to this Chiefs guy. He does a lot of fun interactive shows, and hey, maybe we can do more videos for you guys. So youtube.com/ChiefsTV. That link's in the description if you want to share it with one of your Chiefs buddies. All right, KP is up next here. Dez Bryant greater than Sammy Watkins. Dez is really hungry. I'm going to be very blunt here. No, he is not better than Sammy Watkins. Look, Sammy Watkins isn't great. The Chiefs probably haven't gotten what they paid for, although I would argue the catch over Richard Sherman in the Super Bowl to basically take the lead was worth it in itself because it got the Chiefs a Super Bowl, but he's been average. He's been kind of a, middle of the pack number 2 receiver for the Chiefs, and that's okay. They overpaid and they got average production. But he's still better than a guy that hasn't been in the NFL in 3 seasons. He hasn't played the last 2 years. And he hasn't been that great in the few years before that as well. Dez Bryant, look, he's a name, but he's not really a big-time player at this point. He hasn't been elite Dez Bryant since 2014. It's the last time he had a 1,000-yard season when he had, the huge year with Tony Romo, 1,300-plus yards and 16 touchdowns. If I knew I was getting 60% of that, I'd be like, hell yeah, go sign him, bring him on board. He can be a red zone target for the Chiefs. We don't know that. Now, you want to bring him on board in a non-guaranteed deal, see what he does in training camp? I'm fine with that. Got no issue there. But to say he's better than Sammy Watkins right now? No chance. I'll leave it up to you guys, though. Which receiver is better this second as we're filming? Type SW for Sammy Watkins, type DB for Dez Bryant. If I see a single DB, then you guys must really hate Sammy Watkins because he's still pretty good, and he's at least played in the NFL the past couple of years. Benjamin Wickett up here. Who is the most underrated Chiefs player or a player on the Chiefs? I think I've been asked this question before, but I can't remember, so I wanted to go ahead and answer this one again. A few names come to mind. You got guys like Dirty Dan, you got Mike Pennell, Bashad Breeland, Damian Williams. I think Harrison Butker is criminally underrated. He's consistent. He's always a top 5 kicker in the NFL. Very, very good at what he does. A few other guys as well. Obviously, you think of guys like Silent K, and, I mentioned Mike Pennell. There's a lot of players on this roster that make sense. These are 5 that I think, before I get to my number 1 guy, I'll let you guys weigh in. Who is the most underrated Chiefs player? Let me know. Very simple question. Who is underrated? And don't say Patrick Mahomes because we all love him to death, but he's not underrated. He's just really, really good. Now, I think it's probably Dirty Dan Sorensen, and I think that was on full display last year when, look, the Chiefs dealt with some injuries. Kendall Fuller, Juan Thornhill got hurt late in the year, and he just lines up at different spots, and he just gets the job done. He's not elite, but he does a lot of the dirty work. His fake punt stop against the Texans when that game was 24-7, and the Texans try to, hit the Chiefs in the mouth with a fake punt, and he identified and made the stop, that literally altered potentially NFL history. If the Texans convert there and score, did the Chiefs win that game? I don't know. Dan Sorensen saved that game, in my opinion, and really turned the tide for the Chiefs' comeback there. And yeah, look, the stats don't jump out you, but he does a lot of work on special teams. He's a really good rotation secondary player. He can play in the box. He can cover fairly well. I just think he's a really solid Swiss Army knife and doesn't get not nearly enough credit that he deserves. Really underrated player. We'll see how long he's in Kansas City, but he certainly has a lot of value, and in my opinion, is the most underrated player on the Kansas City Chiefs.